this building represents the future for a community that hasn't quite had a chance to enjoy it yet.
This is crazy.
It's sort of like a release, a mix of emotions, and I felt like that kind of like combustion just created something really cool. I've never done something this earthy.
It's so crazy to see how far everything's come. I can't perform here alone, and then through Malja.
It's a space that does primarily three things. Gets the artists to work together and collaborate, showcases their artwork, and gets them to network.
Having lived in Amwaj for a long time, I do find it's somewhere that is nice and neutral, that all of the community in Bahrain live here from all over the world, and I thoroughly enjoy the fact that it is such a mixed community with no reference to any particular bias at all. And I think setting up such a venue in such a location gives us an opportunity to appeal to everyone.
The Middle East scales are in my blood.
Because Malja is not a formal institution,
regionally, there's nothing like it. There is no creative space that brings together so many different mediums and creative outlets.
This is the stage I got on for the first time to face humans. The first time a lot of people were discovered. A lot of talent came to life. This is where I was inspired by art, by bravery, by vulnerability, and most of all, creativity and resourcefulness. Here's where I first was exposed as a writer, a speaker, and a vulnerable, flawed human being. Because it was okay, because we are all flawed. And we all resonate with that here. People here became friends, acquaintances, partners, and connected to one another. We learned from one another. We heard beautiful poetry from one another, heard beautiful music. But tonight, we all gather one more time to end this with a bang. Tonight, we see 3 last performances that rock the house.
there are people taking initiative to do things with their peers, to collaborate with others outside of institutions and outside of, like, let's say, the government, you know? So it's really allowing people to take charge and take things into their own hands to develop.
Malja will help Bahrain to put Bahrain on a culturally as a center point in the GCC countries for arts and emerging artists.
So we got some special studio monitors that we're setting up exactly right. So there's a sweet spot right behind the computer screen.
My name is Mustafa Halwachi, and I'm the contractor for this space right here. We got to play ball with the engineers and the team, so we make sure everything is going according to plan like that.
That term collaboration is really about allowing the artist, any form of artist, open up themselves to different sources of inspiration and to allow their ideations and their own art to grow by sharing and cooperating with other artists and other forms of artists.
Hopefully when I come back in a year, this will be something very cool.
4 here, maybe even.
What worries me about it is the fact that we have glass on the background, so I'm not sure how to fix that piece on glass.
That was great, thank you very much.
Here one single, maybe like for like just a an extension.
This one, let's make it doubles.
Yeah, all doubles.
All doubles.
All doubles.
Okay.
Instrumental metal, poetry.
I surrendered to you. I surrendered to the universe.
And pretty much a really good musical. And I personally am a huge fan of Dina and Deb, and I think that they're gonna be rock stars.
You're wonderful, flawless, always sexy lady. That is what you are.
The best part was the birthday being celebrated and embraced in front of all to see. I almost felt like it was my birthday.
Malja is a movement, and so it's not going to end with tonight. Yeah. Everyone learned how to embrace their individuality and to express their talents through Malja.
I came up with this idea along with a few key members like Hasan Hujairi of Malja, which is the first hub in Bahrain that supports local and emerging designers.
It all starts with a space, and so when you have a space where people can come and have an interesting discussion, and the purpose of the space itself is a bit different than what we have before, then suddenly you have new opportunities and new possibilities for artists.
To have a place or like a space where I can invite these artists to come down and then I can actually supervise them as well, and then we collab on a track, it would be amazing.
So why don't you do here, just do a small one here that can like be directed here to be, say, this side of the...
See the difference when the light shoots on the painting?
We have
just turns it.
That was great, thank you very much.
At the start, what we tried to do is we always had the idea of like the refuge being like a bird's wing, landing on the building and kind of covering it. So almost like protecting like a refuge shelter. So I think Bahrain it's the perfect spot.
So I'm developing one of the sides of the building for the landscape architectural treatment. It's going to be a really important art piece for the space, and it's going to be changeable, so different artists will go there.
We wanted to introduce upcycling and encourage it as well. We tried to see ideas, or to look for ideas that are easy to do and not very cost effective. So we got this idea of doing seats out of plastic crates.
I'm using a lot of recycled stuff. Get my inspiration from the street. I can show people how could I use a whole car to do furniture from it.
The room is really designed so that there's not much time between walking into the room and making music.
It allows for much more freedom when it comes to providing programs, providing platforms, and getting people involved.
Malja doesn't have a set shape or form. It could, pop up in a house in Maharrag. It could, pop up in a building, on the 30th floor with this gorgeous view. It doesn't really matter in what shape or form it takes. It just matters that the agenda is there to serve a higher purpose.
The whole space, it felt like it's a Malja. It's a literal translation of a Malja. It's a place where people can meet, and people can be themselves. It's like a shelter for everyone.
Something like Malja could potentially be a space where artists can collaborate with the space itself to develop new things, and that's something that I would like to see personally.
To just be there and it doesn't have to be us working, even brainstorming, to be in the space and the environment.
Bahrain is known as a liberal society, a society that is pushing boundaries, and I think this could be one other stepping stone towards helping the young.
I think us lighting, we were just a small cell that participated in making that baby. The sound people, you guys, the crew, so it was everybody. And then now we see the baby coming out, and of course we forgot about all the, the bad days and the stuff.
Malja is honey to a bee.
This is incredible.
Do you think it fits your concept?
I love the looping concept of it. The colors are amazing.
I liked your writing.
Thank
I could relate to it a lot.
Thanks. I think we all went through something like that.
Yeah. What I felt like the girl you were talking about is a dreamer, and that's what I kind of wanted to show here. Like, she's all over the place, except that she's not in her head.
When I read it, I knew what I connected to, and I'm like, whoa.
Oh wow.
I hope you like it.
It's perfect. It's exactly on point, I would say.
Wow. Wow, you did an amazing job.
Ah, thank you.
Oh my god, that is beautiful. Change is stressful. That is amazing. How did you come up with it?
Well, I like the natural aspect you came up with, like how it's natural and everything, so I immediately thought of flowers.
Yeah.
And for me, stress is usually something that, like, even though it's there, it usually produces something like beautiful. So I was thinking of someone melting and then producing flowers.
Wow, well, that's amazing. It's amazing. I'm blown away. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad you like it.
One coming out of the other.
Yeah.
Getting rid of the layers.
Yeah, okay, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
It was a lovely, very nicely written piece. Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
We wanted to keep things anonymous to allow people to let go of the ownership of their work and allow other people to reinterpret it and not be so precious with it and so egotistical in a way. So we wanted people to let go and not know who was going to interpret their work, who was going to see it, and only to meet their collaborator at the end in the exhibition itself.
I actually feel so sad because like Malja is like the place to be at every month. Sad.
Feels like a part of home is being taken from us. It feels like you're going to be homesick for a very long period of time because the people that have been friends who have turned into family.
And then I got to perform with Hady, and I'm still going to perform it obviously, but just not in this space. It was pretty sad. But it's so cool, we met all these people.
Malja has meant a lot to me over the past few years. It's given me a place to exhibit my work, it's given me a place to meet other artists and to see other people's work. And it's also given me a chance to be a curator 2 times, as well as a chance to be an educator where I taught workshops. And I'm really sad that it's going to be probably the last time.
Thank you, Malt, for providing us all the opportunities, the teachers, the community, and shaping us for the artists that we are today and will continue to grow. It's been a great run. Let the good times roll. This is where it all happened. This is where it all began, and it ends today.
The reason why we formed Aalaat was, if you look at it, we have a Greek bouzouki, we have Mid Eastern oud, subcontinental tabla, we have the bassist. We don't use a lot of vocals. We keep the language as universal as possible.
We owe a lot to our instruments, Aalaat. Like, if we are here today, if we have been inspired, creative, it's all thanks to this instrument.
I'm originally Bahraini, so the Middle East scales are in my blood. We gathered up and I thought of joining the band as a bassist. I'm enjoying playing with them.
My name is Ahmed Awas. My stage name is Maxime Meraki. Aalaat, it's Oriental fusion. So we're good?
Yes.
This thing, the coverage and the spotlight, like what really happened?
It's gonna be awesome, bro. So positive, so good vibes.
Generally, when we are in the phase of composition, it's coming from the melodic instrument, the oud and the bouzouki. Maxime Meraki is very good also in coming with new melodies, like original melodies.
For me, for the oud, bouzouki and oud, like it's almost as similar maybe. Like we both play the Arabic scale, so it's fine.
It's not just a percussion instrument. It has tonal intonations. It's got its own language of syllables, which can be composed into poetry. Hold on, let's do it again.
It's a Greek bouzouki instrument. And what I felt is my guitar doesn't have the Oriental tone. So I was looking for the tone, not for the instrument.
Of course, it's fusional. It's what happened, man. So what I'm trying to do is to put more groove and put more scales and, you know, be the front bass instead of the back bass.
We are very grateful for the invitation, for the honor they gave us to perform here in Malja.